All right, so we get here to the SCG today. I do a couple of hours with Bill on the rush hour, and don't worry, tore that to shreds. That's award-winning stuff. That whole show will go into a package. But we finish that, and we all get here and get ourselves ready to broadcast.
I've had a hard enough day already as it is.
At which point, Gary, the whisper of something just wandered through the box.
Yep.
And none of us sort of knew where to look or what to do or how to handle it.
It wasn't a whisper. Listen, we do it. We either do it properly or we don't do it at all.
So what it is?
Snorkel came running in here and said, have a look at this.
That's it.
He said, what are you talking about?
An online article.
And the headline of which says what, Damo, please?
It's on the Nelby website. It's
what's that?
On the what?
Entertainment News Australia.
What is it?
Nelby, Nelbie.
Who wrote it?
A man by the name of Kevin Perry, who
he's
listening in, by the way.
He
has tweeted Triple M Footy, and he just starts it like this. Speculation is growing in media circles. The Seven Network is preparing to dump controversial commentator Brian B.T. Taylor from its 2015 football coverage.
Bang!
Well, yeah, but we don't.
That's not, we don't like the sound of that.
No,
It goes down. Taylor was already... I'm just pulling paragraphs out of it here.
Right.
I've got no idea if this is right or wrong. Taylor was already on thin ice with the network, having been axed as host of the Saturday night program show.
Who took over that
after
show?
Considerable criticism from audience that did not enjoy his blokey style. We'll go down a bit further. A more traditional two-caller commentary is now being considered, with the most likely combination being Luke Darcy and Basil Zempilas. This weekend we'll see Luke Darcy calling football on television for the first time when he joins Bruce McAvaney to commentate the Hawthorn versus Bulldogs on Sunday afternoon.
Coincidence.
Now, what is wrong with you blokes? I'm disappointed in a lot of you.
Duke, what are we to read into this?
You can read...
Our man Bristle.
Have you planned this, Duke?
Now, don't, mate.
Duke.
Be very, very careful. What would you read into? How would I rolled in from Perth tonight with no understanding. And that is an article written by someone who I don't know. And I love working with Brian. I've got a great friendship with Brian. He's fantastic. In fact, when I choose to watch football,
Body language.
when he's listening, when he's calling,
Bit serious.
the game is enhanced greatly. So I actually don't see a lot of humour in that, because when you talk about someone's career and their career path, and someone speculates they may be gone, he loves Saturday night footy. He's an absolute ripper, BT. He's brilliant to work with. Now, you can join the dots, and he had a bit of a drama, put his hand up and apologise. So I think that's just people piling in over the top, and I haven't got a lot of time for that, to be perfectly honest with you.
We know all of that. We know how good he is, and we know how good a bloke he is, and we work with him for 10, 12 years, and so there's none of what you've told us we don't already know.
Well,
Bristle's an absolute superstar who we love.
Yeah.
Are you attempting to backdoor him?
That would be the way I would roll. And how would I go about doing that?
Well, I
turn
don't
up
know.
on Saturday night, and we do the job. And I'll tell you what, and going very nicely,
going
pre-show
beautifully.
rating
hello.
through the roof.
He's on his own show.
Kick a man while he's down.
About an
that
average
used to be hosted by Brian.
Because Brian is dominating the call, so the whole Saturday night package,
Is that what it is?
Right.
and the whole team is
Freed him
rating.
up.
The free-to-air numbers are out of control, so it's great, and the team is harmonious.
In the graphs going
Richo,
like
you've
this, it
got
just
Mengy,
went...
you've got Sam Lane, Mick Malloy's joined it, and BT.
Steve-o.
It would be a absolute disaster if BT wasn't there next year, and I can't see a possible way that would happen.
If JB's
He
questioning
goes
has
down,
got
mate.
some merit, Stars, and that it is you are trying to move someone on, could the origins for you doing this go back to maybe January when you found out you weren't hosting accessible areas?
AFL Live.
Well, how come I didn't get a story on what?
Nelby.
Nelby.
You're too big.
Look, I'm with Duke on this. I tell you what, you blokes, you're trying to flog a dead horse here. I hadn't had a real good look at the article, and that is, I think, an opinion piece at this stage. I don't think there's any quotes
Gary,
from Seven. What?
No doubt about what that you're saying. We're trying to get inside the opinion and see if there's anything there.
Well,
And you have got inside there, but it would be an unmitigated disaster not to have him on Saturday.
But
I
it
can't
might
see a
happen.
situation where that would be anything like happening.
but if it
He's
did
well
happen,
regarded.
if it did happen, would you call?
Would I call the football? I'm calling the football tomorrow on Channel 7, which was
Coincidence?
organised at the start
That's
of
a
the year.
coincidence. That's
And I was
nothing
in
more.
Perth last night calling with Dennis and with Basil.
No, you were doing
And
comments
I was
last night.
calling the game with the boys, and
But
if you haven't watched,
Calling for the first time on television on Sunday,
calling for the first time on
2
TV
days
on
after this
Sunday.
story breaks.
Well,
Coincidence, Jim. Don't read
That's all
anything
it
into
is.
that, Jim.
Yes.
Don't read
Yes,
anything
yes.
into that.
Hey, Chief, you read
Hasn't
these
said anything.
situations
Yes.
better than anyone I know. How are you seeing what we're discussing here?
What I'm reading at the moment
Oh, here we go. This is interpretation.
is the
A+.
wolf is surreptitiously just undermining everybody here, playing a little bit of double agent.
No, I'm with Duke.
You are playing. Oh,
I'm with Duke on this.
he's sarcastically trying to snip you.
I am with Duke.
You snipped him beginning of the year at AFL
I'm
Live.
right behind him.
Absolutely. We know the way the wolf rolls and that he's all about self-interest, and he's one of the great double agents. So that's
again,
the stated
Chief,
fact.
you are
what
telling us what we already know.
I'll tell you what I will tell you. Unfortunately, we're in the age where you can put anything you like on the net. And
Don't ever go at the old mate.
Needle.
Mate, they don't answer to anyone.
Well, hang on.
That's social media. That's the...
No, of course you're
that's the,
answerable once you put it into the out there.
No, they don't.
Chief was
Who's
on
he
the
answering to?
Chief was on the receiving end of a very,
Absolutely.
very similar article
Who I
not
think
long
was written by
ago.
the same bloke.
And
funnily enough.
was it?
Yeah, I think
And
it was.
suggested that Chief had thrown one of the
Well,
great showbiz
Kevin's listening.
tanties.
Yeah.
Kevin's tweeted, Kevin Perry, the man that wrote the
Let's
article.
get Kev on there and have a chat.
He's listening right now, so I think he's onto something.
We should get him on, actually, Duke, shouldn't we?
Let's get him on.
Get him on.
to
Then
ring
what did
in.
he clip you over, Chief?
He
I don't
said that
remember you
Chief
copying
threw one of the
clip.
great tanties that his show, The Bounce, had been bumped from Sunday night to Wednesday.
Which I
and
think
that,
is accurate.
DMS.
Got a lot of things horribly wrong.
Oh, hello. Now it's starting. Now I can
See, I didn't know this.
No, I didn't know
And
this
now
either.
we get to the bottom of why the
That's it,
Chiefs
Jim.
getting
Now it's starting
involved.
to play itself
No,
out.
no, I just see things as they are, Jim.
All right, if Kevin wants to tweet his number, we'll
it.
give him a call. We'll put him on, and he can go head to head with Duke and,
That's
and
it.
Jim and
Absolutely.
Chief.
Chief.
Absolutely.
'Cause,
Well, these are layers I didn't know were in the onion.
and layers. You're peeling them back tonight.
No
What
onion.
I'll be doing, I don't care where you are tomorrow night. I don't care what you're doing. You might be celebrating your wedding, your anniversary. I don't care what you're doing. At 7:30, when the Duke hands over to BT on the 7 Network tomorrow, that's when you want to be watching, Jimmy.
As we do every Saturday night. It'll be brilliant, North Melbourne and Geelong.
No, unbelievable
And
game.
Bruce will be there, and he'll be ready to roll,
Will there
as
be
he
any
has been all
there's
year.
no frosty between the two of you.
We get on superbly. You've seen
that
Bristol
is-
and
that
I.
is
Could
true,
not
that
be
is
a
true, but
tighter friendship.
I'm not
than
sure when he reads this.
mine and Bristol. Get him on. Get Kev on. Let's have a chat to him.
I don't know.
You-
I just get an uneasy feeling, Gary.
Well, this-
I'm disappointed in you guys
Ash
because that is
Harvey-
an upsetting thing to.
Ash Harvey says, I fully expect the Duke to say BT has the full support of the board.
Come on.
As if I would have any role to play in any of that.
You're the man, Dave.
Duke has started to play the Game of Thrones, or Duke, it's turned. Don't blame Duke. All he's doing is doing the best he can do and be the best he can be. I don't know what you blokes are getting at.
Listen to
He's the
this
worst,
bloke.
isn't he?
Who
That's
picks
the
out
man.
2 tweets.
Mantherapy.org.au, tackling the big life issues head on. No, not to Duke, I'm telling you.
How
They're
do you
coming-
do it, guys? How do you knife someone?
Sounds very similar to when the Targaryens were kicked off the island. There's a lot of Game of Thrones references about. You don't watch that, do you, Chief? What's that?
I just wonder, if Duke was going to go down this path, how would he best go about it?
Duke's not doing anything other than what he's paid to do, and that is be the best commentator that he can possibly be. And he's doing a wonderful job. Obviously, calling fantastically on Friday Night Footy, dominating the ratings here on Triple M.
Yep.
If that's attracted the attention of the higher ups at 7, then that is fantastic testament to his calling ability. And if someone has to go by the wayside, that's just the law of the jungle. We've spoken about that before.
Unlike some real flogs who operate on this environment
That's
of
right.
Friday night, I value working in a team,
Yep.
and I value everyone in the team, and that is what happens on a
Hey,
Saturday night.
I'm not sure whether you watch many documentaries, Duke, but listen, it's the rule of the jungle. It is just, it's at some
What you
stage,
eat, what you
Like the Black
kill.
Wolf.
you're just exactly right. And if there's a vulnerability, if it's a little, might be a wound, a sore paw or something, Chief.
Little Impala just limping off
That's
the back
it.
of the
And
pack.
you live
and
in the line, you just jump and rip it off, and then you move on. That's just life
So,
in the media,
what sort of
in the media
analogy
jungle.
is
So, guys, what you're saying is, at the start of this broadcast year, you just saw a limping giraffe down at AFL Live
Which,
and decided to pick
well,
him
well,
out.
and this is one of the great untold stories. We need to get to the bottom of this. because
I would like you to bring out the swear on the Bible on this one. What happened then was the gamekeeper, Ned, identified that
no.
might have to put a dart in the giraffe.
Oh, no.
This is the man who we share as a manager
That's
who
it.
orchestrated
you
me
to get
out
shafted.
and this idiot in, the hairy man alongside of me, which is one of the most extraordinary
Mate,
things, Chief.
I'm trying to stick up for you, Duke. All I see is you doing the best you can be. I don't know what more I could do, Chief. Could I?
You set up all the circumstances to undermine him and then profess to defend him from the very elements that you've just conspired against him with.
I'm defending him in this instance. All he can do is be the best he can be.
He's the best double agent
You've never seen anything quite like it. Never, ever come across anything like it.
All right, well...
Don't turn it on me, boys. Just do my best.
Double agent.
I tell you what we'll see. We will see a very, very fired up Bristol Saturday night for a long period of time to come.
That's the truest thing you've said. Is he fired up all right?
He's always fired up. That's why he's brilliant.
Because very dear to our heart
He
is
is.
the Bryzer, and I don't want anyone messing with him. Anyone. For Coates High, this is the footy preview, 13-15-52.